guys, Brian here from Audio Geek. I'm back yet again with another cool audio review for you guys, and this time I have another product from a well-known company which I do a lot of reviews for. It's Hidizs, and as you can see, if you have a look over here, I've got the MK12 Taurus up top there. I've got the MS2 Pro. Oh, that's a nice one. I still have a sealed MP145, which I'm looking to review a little bit later as a type of, is this still valid in 2025 type of video. I'm just working out the correct time there. So yeah, and then I've also got the, I think this is the MS0 Galaxy. I use these for gym. I got about 4 pairs. And man, those work very nicely for gym. So as you guys can see now, I've got a lot of Hidizs IEMs, and that MK12 Taurus, man, that thing was one of the best. It got rave reviews, it gets hyped everywhere. So I'm playing with this little thing in my mind that the MK10, if you take cars for example, like BMW. You get the M5 or the 5 Series BMWs, which I think is that MK12 Taurus, and then you get the 3 Series and with the M3 and stuff like that. And I think it's this one, the MK10 Arcsonics, and man, I can't wait to get into the unboxing now and show you guys the shells. The package took like very quick. It's 2 weeks to South Africa, right at the bottom of the world. I've never had a problem with any customer service related issues or products not working from Hidizs. Their staff is top notch and friendly, so it's a company that I really like to work with. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the unboxing of this MK10 Arcsonics. I was really curious to get into the unboxing because it's a nice, the normal boxes that Hidizs send the stuff into, and I spoke to Jessie about the launch price, and she told me, and when she told me, I thought to myself, hey, whoa, guys, 50, yeah, she said $59 to $69. I mean, for under $70, when I get into the look and build and all the stuff you see that you're getting here, then I think this thing is really going to be a contender for a under $100 segment. But on the back is just your normal specs. On the side here, you've got more logos of the shells. If we open it up, I don't want to show you guys too much because I want to get into this in the look and build. But damn, these are beautiful shiny looking shells. If you lift that out, you get your little box inside here that you lift off. If you remember my review on one of the previous ones, I told you guys we call this in South Africa, we call it susaties. So what basically happens there is, in my country you get meat which is cut into blocks, and then you skewer them, after you put them on a skewer like this, and we call it susaties. So I've been calling these susaties ever since. So you see you've got 2 different types of tips. Obviously wide bore and narrow bore, or balanced and narrow bore. You've got your little books inside here with your product information, and then we have a case. Not a case, one of these, you get them with most of the Hidizs stuff. They're not too big on big carrying cases. They work with these leather carrying pouches. Oh, this is nice. So we are getting tuning nozzles here, guys, at this price. Just remember the price I told you now, and you're getting tuning nozzles with. They're already scoring some points here with me now. Then we've got our cable in here. Cable is a bit thin. I will discuss this when we get into the look and build. But this seems like a pretty good package at the price. The price still needs to be confirmed, so please don't hold me to it if it's $3 or $5 or whatever extra or cheaper. That's just a more or less a guess price that I got through from Hidizs. So yeah, let's get into the look and build. if we check out the build quality on these guys, and I actually wish I had 20 minutes to speak on this and go into detail, because something about me, I'm a male, I'm a man, I've got big hands. I own a motorcycle workshop where we work with spanners and tools, you know. So what I like in an IEM is when it's metal. If there's metal use, you're already scoring points with me. Some people don't like heavy IEMs. They said it's not, it creates fatigue in their ears. No, not to me. I've got very big ears. And these things actually weigh. And if you look at the design, look how shiny it is. Now they say the color is silver on the Hidizs page, but this is a chrome. This is a beautiful chrome. And at the workshop at the moment, I have an old car that we're busy restoring. I think it's a 1968 Datsun that we're busy doing, and we had that one's bumpers re-chromed, and this is making me think now of that, and it's really beautiful. I have to say, another thing regarding the design is they said that this must mimic, that was also called the Arcsonics. They wanted it to mimic some sort of thing with Tony Stark and Iron Man and that type of thing, but to me this can go even for an Iron Man mask. If Hidizs could just introduce another color and maybe make this red, then it will also be with a little bit of yellow and stuff. This will be a really nice IEM that looks like Tony Stark's mask. Even the bottom plates is also this chrome, and this is what I like. So there's no plastic here. Me personally, I don't like plastic. I like things to be metal, to be hard, to be solid, and you know it's good build quality. So I already know these shells are very well designed. I have to say I like this design more than the MK12 Taurus design, with its little leafy shape and looking like that invertebrate that swims in the sea. I have to say I like this design much more. If we check out the cable, it's a thin flimsy cable. Now look at this price, $50. I'm not going to worry about a cable. They did send me this one in 4.4 millimeters. Me personally, I don't like thin cables. That's just the thing with me. Other people, don't worry. I also see guys that go on stage and do stage monitoring and stuff. There's also very thin cables. So it seems that I am in the minority of the people that like thick and you know, the cables like that. The connectors are really nice though. The connectors are metal on both sides, and then I've got this little Velcro thingy which I'm just going to throw away. As you guys know, I don't use that. Then the tips, normal silicone tips. You get a black pair, you get a white pair. Looks to me like the white ones are wide bore and the black ones are narrow bore. So obviously this is going to be for bass, this is going to be for treble and vocals. If you check out the little tuning nozzles, now if you've been watching my reviews and been reading my written reviews, then you know I'm a guy that is not very fond of tuning things digitally. I don't like digital equalizing. It's just it's something that's stuck in my head. I would rather, if I want to equalize something, I would use a tuning nozzle or a tuning switch. But I especially enjoy tuning nozzles, because when you screw it on, it's a little bit more hands-on for me, like pushing a little plastic switch versus physically screwing on things to change the sound. Then we've got our standard Hidizs leather pouch. It's got this little magnet thing on top, which immediately shuts closed. And that is it for the look and build. Pretty amazing stuff you're getting here, guys. I don't think I can fault anything here, especially at the price. So yeah, let's move over to the connectivity. If we check out the connectivity, I had a choice. I've got 3.5 millimeter balance and 4.4, so I obviously choose 4.4. Nice thing about that, you can hook it up to a bunch of dongles. It's got your 4.4 balance. Alright, I'm going to hook it up to my DAP. I've got the Neofire JM21 up for review. You guys must look out for that one. Obviously going to test this Hidizs with that one and a 4.4 balanced one. If you need 3.5, so many cables around, I would in any case order a new cable. So if you want, you like me and you like a thick nice cable, or you like these shells and you want to upgrade this IEM, if you're like a guy that likes to DIY upgrade stuff, then I would definitely get a nice upgrade cable for this one. Um, that's basically it. I don't think I can connect 4.4 to my laptop or PC or stuff like that, but I can to my desktop headphone amplifier. That's a bit powerful, so I don't know I'm really going to use that. So I'm rather going to go mobile with the whole sound evaluations and listening. So yeah, without further ado, let's go to the specs. If we check out the specs quickly, I did fit them just so that you guys can see the fit, man. When I was busy fitting them in for the first time, I thought, oh no, they're going to be a bit too big, but it was just a little bump, and when it went over there and it went inside my ear, man, these fit amazingly. So if you've got big ears like me, I don't think you're going to have a problem with a fit here. I'm just feeling that with this cable I have to use the chin slider a bit, otherwise the cable comes loose. So I mean, that's why they include these things. I will also test this MK10 with other cables as well and see. I've got some nice effect audio cables that coil around your ear very nicely. So I will see how that affects it. But if we look at the specs, I see it's got a 10mm silicon carbide crystal diaphragm dynamic driver. I like single driver units. A lot of people prefer hybrids, but with me, if you take speakers for example, I like full range speakers, like those big monster Thelonious, those monitor golds. I like full range sound. And then I also like electrostatics. I mean, I've got Stax headphones, I've got Martin Logan speakers. I'm a really big fan of electrostatics as well. I see that the cable is a silicon carbide. Sorry, that the diaphragm, it's a silicon carbide crystal diaphragm. That sounds very interesting. And I wonder what the bass response is going to be on this driver. Yeah, it's a normal 1.2 meter cable. Frequency response 20 Hz to 40 kilohertz. I think that is a very because some companies, they will rate you and they will say no, they think it goes down to 5 Hz. I don't think so. So this is a good one. 20 Hz to 40 kilohertz. I see the sensitivity is 113 dBs and 32 impedance. These are going to be very, very easy to drive. Obviously I'm not going to drive them from myself, and because I've got the 4.4mm balanced, and the only phone I know that comes out with that is that the Moondrop Myriad phone. So yeah, specs look alright. And now I'm going to take a week. I'm going to put this MK10 through its paces, and I will be back here to report my sound impressions for you guys. Stay tuned. And I am back with my sound impressions. I've been listening to the MK10 for a week now, guys, and I have to tell you, I was seriously impressed. If I have to give you a quick overview regarding the sound, and I have to explain the nozzles first. So basically you get three types of nozzles. You get the white ones, the black ones, the red ones. The red ones is balanced, the white ones is for treble, and the black ones is for bass. For me, I prefer the white ones, the treble nozzles. It's a neutral bright tuning, whichever. Look, these nozzles don't make such a wow difference. So it's a neutral bright tuning straight through. And I have to say, even with the bass nozzles and the bass tips, I still prefer the white bore, white silicone tips, and then the white nozzles. That was my go-to. Man, this thing's a technical beast. The only bad thing is you sacrifice technicalities for musicality. Yes, it's got beautiful vocals, the very, very forward mid-range. And yeah, when we go into the songs that I used when I was testing for bass, there's a song by Deborah DeLuca and it's called I Go Out. And man, the sub bass, that song's got huge sub bass, and the sub bass on this MK10 was with the bass nozzles, and the bass tuning nozzle as well. And the sub bass was a bit lacking for me. It was a bit lightweight, because this song it's got thunderous sub bass rumble. Mid bass punch was also a bit lacking. If I have to say, the sub bass was actually on this specific song was more than the mid bass for me. There was another song by Vieze Asbak. It's called Meter at the Love Parade. Man, this thing is a banger of a bass song. It also sounded a bit thin, you know. It's not those thick and creamy like a car 15-inch subwoofer type of bass, you know, that the bass heads love. There's nothing of that on this MK10. Another song, Basstrolodge Somebody to Love. There was bass, but it sounded a bit far away, a bit deep. The vocals did sound really good on this song though, so you can check that song out. What I did experience was, this was on electronic dance music, but when I swapped genres a bit and I went over to a bit of rap, and Little John and the East Side Boys, Get Low, and now if you're my age you will know this song, and you will know this was a very big hit. The bass sounded much better and much more prominent, so the bass, it looks to me like it's a bit genre specific, because on the rap song it sounded nice, and now just the next song, Metallica Enter the Sandman, you know, you've got that big drum roll in the beginning, and yeah, it also sounded a bit distant to me. The electric guitar came in and just dominated everything, but that's those mids and trebles that's right up there. So overall it's a very neutral bass, guys, even with those bass nozzles. So this is definitely not for bass heads, eh? If we move on over to the mids, and let me tell you guys, I really enjoyed the mids on this specific MK10. Let me tell you what, there's a song by Sinead. It's called You Cause Us Much Sorrow. Man, this is one of my favorite songs to test female vocals, because what happens is, she starts singing the song, and it's in a long time into the song that she sings in an actual bit of a whisper, so you have to pay really attention as to what she is singing. And because the mids is a bit boosted here, man, her voice sounded so sublime. I heard things in the background which I've never heard on this song for the first time, and I've listened to this song 1,000 times. These are so crystal clear that it might sound a bit weird, but I could actually hear some of the spit in her mouth. If you're a critical listener, you'll understand. Sometimes you hear spit go on the mic, and I know it sounds a bit weird, but just that just shows you how revealing this MK10 is. Texas, I Don't Wanna Love Her. Yeah, that's not the one I normally choose for vocals, but because it did so good with the Sinead O'Connor vocals, I just wanted to hear, because I love that lady of Texas. I love her voice, and that song I Don't Wanna Love It, it's got a great guitar picking also, and man, it sounded sublime. Cat Stevens, Peace Train, oh yeah, I remember that one. Male vocals sounds a bit more recessed though. They don't stand out as much as the female vocals, and I proved it again with Foreigner and that song Cold of Ice, because his voice does go a bit, it's a higher pitched male voice, but I still like the female vocals more on the MK10. When I went just a bit higher again with Queen, you know, Freddie Mercury, that guy puts his voice right up there. That was the sweet spot, man. The highest pitched male vocals, man, with a screaming electric guitar, was some seriously cool listening. So yeah, overall, man, the mids shine. This is for vocal lovers, especially female vocal lovers. Critical listeners, man, you will enjoy this MK10. I have to tell you guys, when we are looking at the treble now, I did have a bit of a preconceived idea that this was going to be a bit bright for me. Even though I do like bright treble, my favorite sound signature is a W shape. I love that. I do love bright treble. And I thought this MK10 Taurus was going to hurt my ears, and I know I shouldn't have made that presumption. So when I hit the first song, it was Thelonious Monk, Round Midnight. Yeah, I went straight for the trumpets. I like screeching high trumpets. I have to tell you, man, that trumpet was right there in its own space at the time, and it was screaming, but there was no screeching going on. So, man, if you're a jazz lover with lots of trumpet and piano music, then this MK10 is definitely for you. the high notes on the piano on this song, they also sounded very sublime. Eric Dolphy is one of my favorite performers regarding jazz. There's a song that he has, it's called Hat and Beard. And I also use that, I always use that in my reviews to check for those cymbals that you press with your feet, man. And let me tell you, in that song, I remember there's also little gongs and stuff going on. And I see here, I wrote in my notes, the little gongs were fluttering around and were very prominent. So those gongs and stuff, they were floating around there in their own space and time. I wanted to see, because the sound is so crystal clear on this MK10, there's a girl called Vanessa Wagner, and there's a song called For Alina, and man, that's a beautiful piano. The whole song is a piano song, and if you're a piano lover and you do buy the MK10, be sure to check out that song. It will bring you much joy. Also violence, Cloe, Dumoulin, Romance for Viola and piano. Man, that violin sounded very, very bright. I could actually see in my mind's eye the little dust particles jumping off as they were striking that bow. Man, I'm going to tell you, overall, this is a treble lover's IEM. The treble is simply sublime. I love it. I did not find it shouty, and I went looking for shoutiness, and I couldn't find any. So yeah, if we check out the technicalities, man, technicalities totally dominates over musicality here. The Pratt is a little bit less, but unfortunately, if you do have a set as crystal clear as this, and it also comes in with the restrictions that you have for only using one driver, you know. There's so much more you can do with multi-drivers. So for Hidizs to go and pull this tuning out of a single dynamic driver, man, the tuner at Hidizs, that guy knows what he's doing. The instrument separation was big, especially with instruments in the mids and the treble. Transients in classical and especially metal, heavy metal music, man, this MK10 handles it like a boss. So yeah, I think that's it for my sound impression, guys. Let's hop on over to the conclusion. So to conclude my review, guys, man, I had lots of fun with this MK10 Tourist. For me, it's one of the most beautiful and well-made head shells I've ever felt in my hands. I love how heavy it is. I love this stainless steel chrome look. I love to me it looks like a mask. They say it looks like Tony Stark's Ark, but to me this looks like some kind of alien mask or a medieval type of mask. Man, the pictures that some of my reviewer friends are taking and posting on our Facebook groups, I'm in love with the look of this. And for my verdict, I'm going to give it a solid 4.5 stars out of 5. Hidizs just keeps on producing world-class IEMs, man. They started with the MP145, they came here with the MK12 Tourist, now this MK10. I had that, what's that one? Oh yeah, the MS2 Pro with that cool leather. And yeah, Hidizs is just taking that. They're not doing what everybody else is doing. They're doing their own thing. I give them full marks for originality, you know, and taking the market in a direction. A lot of creative people over at Hidizs. Yeah, it's out for sale today, guys, so go check out the product linked in my description and you can go buy it. I believe the technicalities at this price point is out of this world. I do believe this is a very strong contender for best budget IEM under $100. I'm going to wait till the end of the year, then obviously I'll say which one was the best for me, because I don't know what's going to be released now until the year end, but for me so far, this one is one to keep an eye on. So yeah, thank you for watching my review, guys. See you next time. Guys, thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to watch my review. If you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. Bottom right is the subscribe button. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up in the comments, We can also join my Facebook group. A lot of cool guys there, lots of information, lots of nice products.